Episode 4 of season 2 of Curly Confessions. You guys know me, I'm Kayla, and today I have a very special guest,
Marissa!
We're so excited to be here. I am doing this episode because honestly, Marissa helped me during a very dark time in my life. She took me out, took me to church, helped me
Amen.
get back into the groove of my faith when everything was going really, really dark for me in the past. And now I'm in a new light, and I was like, oh my gosh, let's talk about her faith and obviously her faith journey, because if you know Marissa, she has been doing great things in her community and stuff like that. So I was just like, I need to ask questions. And so that's what
Oh,
we're
I
going
love
to be doing.
you.
Love
I'm
too,
so
girl.
excited.
Yes.
I love talking about Jesus, so.
And today, me and Marissa were talking, and I was like, we need to put this on the camera because off camera, we're
I was
just
like, okay, say this again, but
yes. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We have our Bibles today.
Stay strapped.
Look at the back of this.
What's
It's been through the works, guys. I painted on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do some cuter things. And then I painted on it again.
I love this.
And I got these all at Elevated Faith.
Oh, I need some.
Yes. Love them. And I got them for free. I was like, oh.
Hey, for the free.
I was like, sponsor me? They're like, girl, we don't know you. That's okay. Okay. So we're going to just jump right in. I have so many questions for Marissa, and then anything else we will just probably like talk and do stories and stuff like that too. Okay. We're going to be talking about her faith journey and her testimony first. Miss Marissa, or going to be Mrs. Guys, she got engaged, and I literally texted her. I was like, oh my gosh, I literally threw my phone and screamed. I was so happy. Oh my
We'll
goodness.
insert the clip.
I wish we had the clip. Dude, if I threw it, my phone would have broke. It would be like, the clip wouldn't be there. I wish. I'll reenact it for everybody.
Yes.
Okay. First question. Can you share a little bit about your testimony and how your relationship with God first began?
Yes. I feel like I met God when I was going through a lot. So me and Ken, actually, I'm going to get vulnerable because,
Girl,
God calls you to be vulnerable.
Yes.
But, so me and Ken broke up, and it was a really hard time in my life, and I chose a lot of things to cope with, sadness. I started drinking heavily, and then I just started to fill a void that I felt like needed to be filled by something. So then I chose to drink, and I chose to be of the world, and when I felt like God spoke to me in that moment when I was just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And I just felt like, I feel like God calls us to be different.
Yes.
So when you're of the world, I just was like, why am I being like everyone else? Like, I don't want this life. I don't want to be like this forever. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to church. So I would drink on a Saturday,
Go to
church hungover, and then I was just like, okay, a little backstory, actually.
Run it back.
I grew up Catholic.
Yes.
So I never really went to Christian church other than with Ken. And when we would go, it was just in and out.
Yeah.
So we always went to Awaken, but when we would go, we would just, people would be like, oh, you should help out here. And we're like, okay. And then just run out the door.
Yes.
But so knowing that I had that in the back of my mind when I was going through everything, I was like, maybe I should actually try, because it felt like family. Like, they felt like they actually wanted to have a connection with you. Rather than going to Catholic church, it was like a routine. It was like...
Same thing over and over.
And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to go to Catholic church. If that's for you, then God's everywhere.
Yeah.
And not just in one spot, wherever you feel. But wherever it feels best for you, and I felt like that was Awaken at the time. So I remember going there and I just felt like I needed something more. So then I would go to church, and I felt like God never really spoke to me then.
Yeah.
But I was still putting in that effort.
Yes.
And I didn't really know how to pray at the time either. So I was just like, I want to hear I feel like the messages would sometimes resonate with what I was going through, just because it was just a really low point in my life. Yes. So then, it wasn't really until, so Ken tried to get back together with me, and then he put a Bible verse on there, and I was like, my dad actually hid the flowers that he got me. It was like, we're not doing this again.
He's like, hide in the closet, you're not seeing it anymore.
Exactly.
How funny.
And then, so Ken really I mean, Ken was getting his life changed in that moment, which I didn't know. So Ken was going all in for Jesus, and he's the one that really helped me in my faith, because I was like, you kind of need that person to be your, to push you and be your mentor. And I feel like at the time, Ken kind of just showed me how to live for God, because he was putting him first. And then I saw that in him when I was like, okay, I'll give him a chance. You know, I still had that love for him, but I was scared to be hurt again. So then I gave him a chance, and I just saw a change in him, and I'm like, this is so good. This is what I've been like longing for in him. And I don't know, everything about him changed. And I feel like if you know him, you could totally see that in him.
I even saw it, like, when I went with you, I was like, this is not the same Ken I knew in high school.
Oh, no.
And I think that's really good. I feel like God, like you said, it was changing him. And same time with you. So maybe he was like, I'm going to give Ken the chance to lead.
Yeah.
And to really push forward. And what am I trying to say?
No,
push forward in faith, I guess. Yeah. What I'm trying to say. Yes.
Yeah, he totally did. And then we needed that break.
Yes.
To be able to be the people that we are right now. And sometimes getting down to your lowest is where God really pulls you up, and then your faith just grows in that moment, or at least that's what happened for me. So like seeing where Ken was at, I was like, oh, like this makes me hungry to know more of God. So I remember the first time me and Ken went to church together, I was like, I need a Bible. And then the next service they were handing out Bibles, and that next Sunday I was like, dude, God just speaks to me in that way. Like he's always speaking to me in, like, I'm like, I'll say something, and then I'll keep seeing it. Yes. If that makes sense. That's how he speaks to me. It's so weird. I know. But just after that, I felt like we also went to one conference. It was a youth conference. They were, like, pushing me to go towards youth, and I was like, no, I'm, like, barely starting my faith. Yeah. So I was like, no, I'm not really interested. And then they're like, just come. Just see how God's going to move in your life. And then we went to the one conference, and I just really felt God's presence there for the first time. I was like, it was so weird. It was like a weight being lifted off your chest. Yes. And I was like, this is better than any feeling, anything alcohol could ever give me, anything any substance could ever give me. It was just like, I just felt on fire for him. And I feel like that's the first time, like, I really truly experienced the Holy Spirit.
That makes me so happy. I know. No, I think I told you and Ken, well, you were Snapchatting me. Yeah. And I told you the first night I went with you to Awaken. But I went to church with you, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, the community that's there. Like, I walk in there, and I don't know who it was. He's like, you need to come on the hike with us tomorrow. And I left for the dance thing for comp that next day. So I was like, oh my goodness, I wish, like, that would have been so much fun. And then with, like, Marissa going, like, you went on Saturdays, I think, right? And then on Saturdays, like, that's when I had boot camp for dance and stuff, so I couldn't go with Marissa, so I went on Sundays with my mom and stuff. But I
didn't know that. What the heck?
Yes. So that's so cool. So I went on, not on at Awaken, but at
Holy
Apostle.
Yeah,
not St. Joe's. Girl, get me messed up over here. No, but I would go with my mom still. And I told her, because, okay, this is so funny that the priest said, and then going to Awaken. So I went to Awaken, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, when I went there, I felt like so, like, I remember when I walked in, they were playing Forrest Frank, and I was singing it, and you're like, you know this song? And I was like, yes, I know this song! And I was, like, singing all the songs that were in there. I knew the songs that were playing during, like, what is it? Worship, yes, thank you. And so I was, like, hanging out, doing my thing, and then, like, when he was talking, he's like, you need to give God, like, you need to it was like a beach ball. He had a beach ball, and he's like, you need to give it to him. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is speaking to me right now, because at that time I was dealing with my anxiety, so I was like, I need to give it to him, instead of just, like, holding on to what I know. Like, obviously, I feel like God he wants us to be uncomfortable, like you said. Yeah. And we can't lean on our own understanding. For me, I'm the type of person who loves knowing what I'm doing. It's like hard for me to let go of that stuff. So during that time, I was like, oh my goodness, like, I know why I'm feeling this way, so I understand that, but if I let that go, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. So that was, like, the biggest thing. And that night, I was like, I need to give it to him. Like, I need to give all my things towards him. And I am not joking. From that day, I told my mom, like, I pray differently. I worship differently. I did stuff like that differently because I feel like there it just showed so much like love in a different way, like in that moment. Like I feel like obviously going to Catholic church, like you said, we and I know this too because I go too, is like it's very like formation. You have like very like to the book of what you're supposed to do. You stand up, you kneel, you pray. Everything is like very to the T. In there, it was just like very like loose and not loose, but like very freeing, like very comfortable. Like I felt very comfortable being in there. And I've been to other churches before and I've never felt comfortable. And something about that was just like very like oh my goodness, I feel very good being here. And especially like the worship, oh my goodness, me and Lexi get so mad because they keep changing the songs in church. Like the same different tempos, different beats. Like we get so used to things.
You gotta
like,
join the worship team.
Yeah, like Hosanna in the highest. Do you remember that one?
I loved that song. That was my favorite.
They took out the dun-duns. And me and Lexi would sit there and hit the pews like boom, boom. They took them out and we were so mad. I was like, you got to be joking me.
That was my favorite song. That's the only thing I remember from the Catholic church.
That was my favorite too. And then the thing is, the priest said, he goes, obviously worship is really good. He goes, but you don't need music. And like for me, that's a big thing. Yes, music is not very important compared to your relationship with God.
Oh, yeah.
But music is such a huge part of me because I'm a dance teacher. I listen to music all the time. And that's like my way of expressing myself is through music. Mm-hmm. Like David, when he did Psalms, he was with his little guitar. And so, was it David? Yeah, it was David, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm like, am I saying this right?
Fact check.
Yes. And then I was just very like, oh my goodness, he is like, he used music to go through and write what he was going through with God. And so like here, I could talk
Wait,
about
why did it remind me of a song? Have you heard this song? It's like, I want to dance like David.
I want to faith like, is it? God's like, listen to this right now.
Hello.
Is it, I want to dance like David. I have faith like Paul. Is
yeah.
Yes.
What song is that? Wait.
I'm so bad. Also, elevation worship. Is it elevation worship or rhythm?
Oh, that's Who I Praise.
Is it Rhythm who just dropped their album? Go listen.
Yeah.
Like David, I want to face like Paul. I want to sing.
I love that song.
Anyways,
what were we talking about? Oh, worship.
Yes, I love worship.
I do love worship.
But like,
you know, I've actually done worship.
Oh my goodness, the cutest picture Kenneth posted of you. He's like,
I know.
It's like this, and you're just sitting there. Oh my goodness, I wish I could do stuff like that. I can't sing.
I can't either.
You just
do it.
I want to be like,
honey, I knew you were talking about her. She's so good.
I'm like this. I cannot.
She
sing.
literally hits every note. I'm like, you're making me look bad, girl.
I'm like this.
We're doing it for God.
You're like, can let it shine moment where do you remember? What's a movie like Hannah Montana when she let what's her friend's name? Oh, what's her friend's name? Hannah Montana. Well, her friend Miley and I haven't watched it in a long time. I'm thinking about like Let It Shine. Did you watch that movie?
Yes, I loved
that
movie.
And the other guy was singing for him, and he was like pretending. You're like, can we switch roles?
Yes.
No. I wish I could do stuff like that. I wish like the priest asked me over here in East Wenatchee like for Holy Apostles if I want to be a youth leader. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to. But like I feel so I'm doing this year. Trust me, guys, don't be like
I haven't even looked at them. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I do this too. It's anyway, I like it very comfortable. If you don't want to look and just look at us, that's fine. But I was talking to my mom and I was like, I need to free more time up for God because I can't let my busy life like hurt my faith journey.
Yeah.
And I noticed like that this year, like with me teaching so much and like taking so much time, like when I saw you, it was like right before like all the dance stuff went crazy.
Yeah.
And ever since, I'm not joking, since then, my life has been so booked up.
I've seen that on your Instagram and stuff.
And it's like, it honestly, I love it. Don't get me wrong. It gets me tired, but I'm not joking. It hurt my faith journey in so many ways. I would notice I wouldn't be praying consistently every day or like spending alone time with God every single day. And it honestly hurt. Like I felt like I could tell when he's missing out of my, not like missing, I'm just like,
there's just a huge difference.
It's like distance. He's there, but I feel like God plays this game with me where not game, but I get distant And then he's just looking at me and he's like, girl,
Come back here.
get over here. And I'm like, okay, I'm running, I'm sprinting. And I
feel like whenever, well, like, you know, so, like at work when they ask me to like be higher up, I'm like, where are my priorities? My priorities are to be closer to God. Serving is important to me, and just like being surrounded by like people that will push me closer to God. Because it's like when you're in a different, like, say people at dance don't really know Jesus, it's like, how is that pushing you closer to God? Like, it's just about what you're doing, who you're around.
Yes.
And just people to like push you closer to him. So I feel like that plays a huge difference too.
And you work with kids. I work with kids too, and I feel like with you, like from it, I like this is a huge difference. Like for me, knowing you from like high school and junior high and to now, like there's a huge difference in you in like a beautiful way. Like especially being in my faith and knowing God, like seeing you, you're like it's just a beautiful light. It's like you could just see him in you. And I feel like it plays a huge part in influencing people and showing people, not influencing, but like just like showing people this is how God's love is and how I could give it to you. And
that Jesus glow.
It is.
It's real, guys. It's real.
My gosh, I made that video on TikTok and I go, it's so different. And so, I looked at myself and I was like, girl, what was I doing? No, but I was like, ugh. Sometimes I'm like,
it takes to be breaking down to build both up. So
yeah, I reposted this video on TikTok and I thought it was so funny. I'll show it to you later. It was like about looking at yourself. It was something about looking at yourself in the past and now. It was so funny. I need to find it. I'll show it to you.
You have to show me.
But I was like, with kids, like obviously, like when you're working with them in like Awaken, like you're working with them, like with me, like I'm working with kids, and like obviously I can't give like my views and stuff towards them, but I could show them that. So like some days, like there was one day during like when we were stretching and stuff, I just played like my Christian music in the background and they're like, Miss Kayla, I really love this song. Aww. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then like I wear like, hey Emmy Moore, you liked my Instagram story, girl, if you're ever watching
her. I'm obsessed with her. I love her podcasts. They're so good and they just are.
She speaks truth.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm like, ow, okay.
I'm like, that one hurt. That one hit home.
I was like, but I wear like my faith over fear. What am I talking about? Save not soft.
I know it. I was like, wait, you're combining the two.
I'm mixing the names. But I wore my like faith over fear shirt. I have like elevated faith shirts and like all this stuff that I wear. And like I've had dance like parents come up to me and they're like, oh my goodness, I love how you wear this around the studio because it shows my kids that like you don't have to force it, but people see it. And I've gotten compliments. Like I remember this old grandma at Target. She comes up to me and she's like, I just love your sweatshirt, honey. And I was like, thank you. And she goes, you tell those kids, even if your hair covers it. Because when I had my hair down, you couldn't read the words in the back. But it's okay. But I just love, like, I feel like that's a good way to, like, show, like how you said, like, working with kids. Well, I said that. Working with kids and, like, showing them your light in that aspect is, like, a very good thing. Because I don't know. I
always be like, even when it makes people uncomfortable, I'm like, it's good to be uncomfortable, so I'm going to tell you. I'm like, have a blessed day, you know? Or just, like, little things, playing my worship music before, like, it gets busy, or, you know, or just during work in the background. It's, like, it makes a huge difference how you start your day. Like, if I'm not listening to worship music before I start my day, my day's a whole different, like, pace. And just, like, I don't know, it's good to start with God, like, reading the Bible, reading his word, or even playing worship music, anything, just to start your day,
But, guys, at night, I'm so locked in. I have, like, my 3 devotionals. My mom's like, why do you need so many devotionals? I'm like, no, I like hearing different perspectives from people, too. Like, I've read so many books and stuff like that, and I think that's also what helps me is, like, hearing different perspectives from different people. But I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Is it an everyday one?
Yeah.
Let's read it.
Okay.
Let me grab it.
And I think it's the listens one. The brown one is the one where he's talking to you.
This one?
Yes.
Is this the one that we want to read?
Sure.
Okay, what's today?
I have it marked right here.
Did you already read it?
No, not
Okay.
this morning. It's June 12th, right?
Okay, you read it.
Okay.
Maybe this will speak to us.
Yes, it says, "Let me help you get through this day. There are many possible paths to travel between your getting up in the morning and your lying down at night. Stay alert to the many choices along the path. Be continuously aware of my presence. You will get through this day one way or the other. One way is to moan and groan, stumbling along with shuffling feet. This will get you to the end of the day eventually, but there is a better way. You could choose to walk with me along the path of peace, leaning on me as much as you need. There will still be difficulties along the way, but you can face them confidently in my strength. Thank me for each problem you encounter and watch to see how I transform trials into blessings."
That's so good.
And
Is there a
those are-
verse?
There's 3. So, "And do not grumble, as some of them did, and were killed by the destroying angel." 1 Corinthians 10, verse 10. To shine on those living in the darkness To shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace. Luke 1, chapter, verse, not verse.
Luke
1,
79.
Do you want to read one?
Okay, you are my lamp, O Lord. The Lord turns my darkness into light. With your help, I can advance against a troop. With my God, I can scale a wall. 2 Samuel 22, verse 29 through 30.
Period.
That's really good. I loved that.
When it said night, I was like, girl, God is calling on me. No, but yeah. Sorry, I kind of just chit chat a lot.
It's fine. We love it.
Okay. I need to go. I was talking about me a lot. Girl, what am I doing? Okay. Second question. How has God shown up for you in times when you felt lost, uncertain, or overwhelmed? There's a bug. Get out.
I think he always just gives me signs. And whenever I feel lost, I lean on people that are strong in their faith.
Yes.
Or just my mentors, someone I can look up to. It's what I'm like, if I'm struggling with something, I never want to struggle with it alone.
Yes.
Because then it's like a rabbit hole. It's like, oh, I'm not worthy. And then I feel like also, because I don't know, God had been speaking to me about identity. Like my identity was built before I knew Jesus. It was built on just like not feeling worthy.
Yes.
And things of this world that would consume me or distract me from what God had called me to. Because I love to serve. That's like, I feel like God put that in my life, because like I felt like I was always that way, but not for the right reasons. Like I would do it to people please someone. And then it would always end up bad on. Like I always felt like I would do so much and get nothing back. But it's like, you know what? God called me to serve, and I don't need to expect anything back from that. So I'm going to do that with all my love and what God has given me. Like, why would I take that and be, mad about it? Unless it's like, I don't know, like, unless I feel like it's not right for me to do or the wrong reason to do it. But what was the question? Oh, wait, I felt like I got sidetracked.
No, you're good. How has God shown up for you in times when you felt lost, uncertain, or overwhelmed?
Yeah, I just feel like he just always, like, people will pray for me. Like, one time we had this class, and, I don't know if you know what prophesy is.
Yes.
Yeah, so someone was prophesying over me, and they were like, oh my gosh. They're like, I see that you've been praying for your dad. And then she's like, I feel like God's telling me that he's going to come close to God soon.
Oh my gosh.
And it's the craziest thing because that's something I was praying for continuously. And when I first got like deeper into my faith, because I'm like, your parents are supposed to lead you. I'm currently leading my dad closer. Like my faith is just not for me. It's for my family. It's like, I want to show them how God's working in my life so that way they can want to the same thing. And my dad is 2 years sober. So he was a recovering alcoholic, and it's just crazy to see how God has really transformed him because when I was praying for him, I didn't believe like that he would ever come to awaken. He was super against awaken just because he grew up Catholic. So I was just like, no, like, I'm just going to continue to pray for him. I'm going to have faith that he'll come to awaken and just, like, know God, because he knows God.
Yeah.
He just never had that, like, relationship.
Yes.
So it was just crazy because that was something I was praying for. So she told me this a while ago. So recently my dad started coming because he knows, like, he's like, I come to support my kids. So I want to see what this is about. But he comes every Sunday. He tithes.
No way.
He went to Man's Fest, which is like a men's retreat, I guess you could say. And I just feel like you can see God working in his life, and it's crazy because I would have never thought. But, you know, God has this plan.
Yes.
And he uses us to reach other people.
Yeah.
He used Ken to reach me, and he's using me to reach my dad.
Yeah.
And my dad has a girlfriend that she knows who God is. She's always leading it back to scripture, you know, and, like, I feel like it's so good to see that in his life now from where he was 3 years ago. Yeah. Like, we were really struggling, and I just feel like God really took us, and he knew what he was doing.
Oh, my feet are on it.
Are they? Cut them out.
The dogs are in there, but keep going. Sorry.
No, it's good. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy, and God is so good, and that's just, like, something that I always will, like, remember, because it's crazy to see your prayers come to life.
Yes. Oh
you just got to be patient and trust him.
I feel like when I pray, I need to keep my prayers short. Long prayers, sometimes I'm like, God, I'm like, what am I doing? And so I decided to do, like, every night I did, like, a normal size prayer, which there's no normal size prayer, okay, but, like, I wasn't sitting here, like, talking for, like, 20 minutes.
Is that what you normally do?
I used to.
Why?
Really, like, God, can you please help me with this? And then I would, like, spiral and start talking about different things, and I'm like, that's not how prayers are supposed to work. And so what I decided to do is make a prayer board, so I have it, like, back there.
I love that.
And I am not joking.
Let Go and Let God is one of Ken's songs. Octopi. You need to listen to it.
What was I going to say?
Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I literally interrupted you.
I did too to you. I'm sorry. What was I going to say? Oh, so
prayer board.
My prayer board. So I did it, and then I tell myself, I'm like, I'm not going to look at it for 6 months.
Dang.
For 6 months, I took out, so that was, like, the last time I did it. I did it, like, in Christmas. I need to do it again soon. I think it's, like, next month or something. I took out, they're over there in my little cup, all the answered prayers that God has done for me.
You can share one of those.
Guys, my butt.
I want to know.
Look. They're all right in here. So these are all of them from 6 months, okay? So these are everything that I prayed for. And I was like, please help me, Lord. Because sometimes, yeah, like what I was saying, I prayed nonsense sometimes and I feel bad. Because I'm like, God's like, child, I love you. I already seen it.
No
I know
prayer is a bad prayer, okay?
No.
So, it's fine.
I just laugh because I'm like, he's probably like, Kayla, you've already prayed for this 3 nights in a row, but we'll just do it. Let's pick one out randomly.
I want to know.
I said, Lord, my God, bless me with a job that shines and reflects your grace and love through me. And this is me getting, I think I wrote this when I got the opportunity to teach all the dance classes.
That's awesome.
Quick intermission. We'll be back here in a second.
See ya.
Hey everyone, it is Kayla. Thank you guys for listening to this quick Curly Confessions intermission break. If you guys want to follow me on my main socials, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kayla M. Raymond. If you guys want to follow the Curly Confessions pod, please follow us on Instagram and in TikTok. On Instagram, it's Curly Confessions pod, and on TikTok, it's Curly Confessions _pod. Thank you guys for listening to this quick intermission break. Now back to you, Kayla. Guys, we're back.
We're back.
What I'm going to do is at the end of this video, I'm going to put a compilation of me and Marissa's TikToks that I have.
Oh, no. Are you serious? Okay, well, it'll be a surprise for me,
or
too.
I'll just put one on. We'll see which one's really good. Because some of them are really funny.
Okay, I'm excited.
Let's see.
We should do a reaction video to that, actually.
I want to do a reaction video to Snapchats from high school because me and Emma, we went through looking at our Snapchats from freshman year, and I was like this. What was I doing? Like, honestly, I look and I'm like...
I look at my Musical.lys and TikToks that I used to make in high school, and I was like...
I still have the same...
I'm scared.
I have the same Musical.ly account. That's my TikTok account.
Me too.
So like I scroll down on my thing and I have like a video of me dancing in a sweatshirt by Jacob Sartorius.
You can wear my
Sweat.
How does it go, actually?
I think that's what
Does
it is.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
But I was thinking the other day and I was like, oh my goodness. Like I wonder, this is such a weird thing. I wonder what people who've seen me
Think
in
about
that
you?
era think about me now. Because I feel like I'm very different.
Yeah.
I still am crazy Kayla, but I'm not that crazy anymore. But I just look and I'm like, they saw me with a bandana on, with a top knot bun, with ugly pink clothes from Victoria's Secret.
That was a phase for everyone.
But like I wore it out.
Me too. I wore like this same gray pink
Zip up.
yeah. Do you remember me wearing it?
Do you remember my bandana?
The one that you would tie in your butt? Yep. I do.
I looked at pictures and I was like, all the funny faces I make. So look, I look at my sister as a freshman now. And
Dude,
look
they
at
grew
me.
up so fast.
I'm like, I would have thought like she was like
18.
Yeah.
I know. Same with my sister. It's crazy.
I'm
like, stop growing up.
I felt that way because I remember I had a picture I posted with you and Boo from like soccer. And then 2 years later, I see her and she looks like
A whole woman?
Yes.
I know. It's crazy. Anyways, go on with the questions,
Yes,
guys.
Sorry. Okay, first question. How has it been... Redo. How has being part of a community of young believers impacted your walk with God?
I think in a lot of areas, I mean, it's just like I said,
I'm like looking at my feet. I'm like, just trying to...
I'm like, where are we looking?
Yes.
Having people that are in the same faith as you also just leads you, it helps you grow, it pushes you. I also do go to a couple small groups. Well, I've been to a couple small groups. And just being in that community. Community is like the biggest thing, is just like, they're going to tell you when you're doing something wrong. And I love when someone tells me something I necessarily don't want to hear, but I need to hear it.
They hold you accountable.
Yeah, they hold me accountable. And I have like a lot of good girlfriends. Like everyone that came to my engagement, I can count on to tell me if I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And I never had that group of girls before.
That's good.
So knowing that like I can like, if something were to ever happen, if I got a flat tire, if I needed something, I know I could call or text in our young adults group chat and be like, hey, can like you guys help me? And they would.
Good.
Even the guys. Like, I just feel like we're a huge family. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. And it's just so special to me, and I love all of them. And it's just so cool to see, like, not have that. Like, I feel like I always had that with my sisters, but it was, like, family.
Yeah.
And just, like, knowing I have other people to support me and, like, fall back onto.
Yes.
Also going in the same faith. Like, that's what I love about just being surrounded by people that just have the same faith as me.
And I think it's also good too because you have people who seen you in your walk with God. Like I feel that same way. Like I feel like I have my mom and my sister I can always lean back on, like girlhood in that situation. But like I feel like having someone or a group of people who know you for that reason, and knowing you based off of like the same faith and everything, I feel like that's a really good thing. And I think I just look and it's like discipleship in this, like that way. It just is like such a pretty thing and beautiful thing to see because you have such a big family. If you think about it, like huge community like that. And that's so good.
Yeah. And God calls you to like I feel like when you're in leadership, you have more responsibility. So it's like scary to like know God's using you, but you want it to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, everything that I want to do and say, I want God to speak through me.
Yeah.
Or God to use me. Even at work, like, there's this girl that, her dad's going through chemotherapy, and I'm like, she was crying, and I was like, you know what verse that I think of when, the verse that I thought of is like, don't worry about today, or tomorrow, for tomorrow has its own worries.
Yeah.
Or however it goes, but I'm like, let that be a constant reminder to you that take today as is, and for what tomorrow has, like that will bring its own, you know, like, and I don't know, I just love to give people, like, I love for people to know that I care about them and that I want them to know that they're loved, like God loves us.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Yeah, you have to trust God in the seasons of like just like quietness, I feel like, because when you feel like God's not speaking to you or using you is when you're gonna level up in your faith, and that's when he's gonna use you even bigger. So like I feel like when people feel God pull, or they're pulling away from God and they can't hear God, that's when they pull away. But that's when God's like, step into me more.
Yes.
Read me more. Speak, like anything, speak to him, and God will give you that clear sign that he's about to use you in a huge way. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
I felt like with everything, like, for example, like now, I told Marissa earlier about this, but a couple days ago, I was helping my sister, and I haven't had a panic attack since the beginning of, like, literally the first day of everything that went down with me. I haven't really had one, like, in over a year. So I had one a couple nights ago, early in the morning, and it scared me, and I haven't had that feeling in such a long time. So I went to my mom, I fainted, got a concussion, fell, hit the table, literally, like, woke up, and I was praying, which was crazy. My mom literally, she asked me when I woke up, she goes, Kayla, are you okay? And I go, Mom, I'm just resting my eyes. And she goes, Kayla, you fainted. I was like, no, Mom, it's okay. I was just sleeping. It's okay. My dad looked scared. Lexi looked scared. And I'm going to tell you guys something about that. During that time, even before, I was not necessarily, I'm in my faith all the time. I believe, I pray, I do stuff like that. But I just felt like a very big gap in my faith for a little bit, and I think that's what happens, like what you said, when you pull, like, when God's not talking in stillness, you kind of pull away. And I feel like I was in that moment of, like, I was just like trying to figure out when to go and when to, like, if that makes sense, like, the when to keep pushing, because I was going through so much, and it was a transition period this last couple months. Like, dance was getting done, I'm starting back at my job and doing all this stuff, so it was like a big transition period for me, and I was asking God for guidance, and I'm also in a waiting period too, so I was just, like, kind of confused. But during that confusion, I was doing really, really well. Like, I was still praying, I was doing all this stuff, I was being able to do things that I normally do. Like, it took me a while to, like, wake up without feeling anxious, or wake up and being home alone and not caring, and, like, just, like, going back to how life was for me despite all this stuff, because I have that life and I know I can, and it's not like I can't do it. And I was so happy that I worked really hard on my faith. I worked really hard on myself to make sure I'm a much better, brighter person. And God's light, literally, though, I tell everybody, I was like, yes, therapy helped. Yes, my parents helped. Yes, all this stuff helped. But the only thing that genuinely helped me and gave me peace and everything is God. And so that happened that night, and I prayed on my way to the hospital. And I'm not joking. I told Marissa this. I've never felt more peace even after that happened. If this happened to Kayla a year ago, oh girl, it would have sent me into a spiral. I would have been crying, depressed, all this stuff. Like, why is this happening to me? God, why? And honestly, I think it showed me that I have a strong foundation in faith, because my mom goes, I prayed on our car ride there, and I was not worried going into the hospital. I was crying, obviously, because it's a scary thing to happen. I fainted. That's the more thing that scared me, is I fainted, and
you didn't know why.
I didn't know why, and the doctors weren't giving me the answers that I needed. But at the end of it, I was like, oh, I'm fine. The next day, I was okay. Like, I'm back to normal now. Obviously, my head hurts still sometimes. Like, I have light sensitivity and stuff, but I was just scared in that moment. But I've never felt so much peace before. Like, I feel very safe and comforted. Like, I don't know. Like, God gives you that peace. Like, I don't have anything to worry about. And it's so weird, because beforehand, it's so great how God could change you. Because
it's so cool how God, or that you were praying to God when that was all happening, and you didn't even know.
I didn't even know. Like mumbling. My mom's probably
you were probably speaking in tongues.
Girl, my mom started like, what is going on here? No, but it's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I think that stuff is, like, so, like, no matter what, like, that's the thing I fault to. Like, when I've gone under for surgeries, like, when I I had my internal bleeding scare. Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm good.
Okay.
Guys, I ate sushi and parasites got on my tummy. So it made me internally bleed. And so I had to get surgery in my stomach. Through my mouth. This was like 2 years ago.
Oh, no, I thought you meant like 10 years ago.
No. I know.
That's really scary.
I know. So I noticed like my appetite is weird too. Like now. Like I can't really eat a lot of food anymore. Like,
was it from this? Did they take out some of your stomach?
They like burned in my stomach ulcers or something. They did something with my ulcers in my stomach because it caused ulcers. And so they took them out or something. I forget what they did.
It's okay.
But, what was I going to say? So they went through, it's called endoscopy through your mouth, and they biopsied my stomach. They said that it's just like a parasite, like something like that. So I took a lot of medication. It was horrible. I would throw up blood. Dispose of blood. I don't want to say the thing. Anyways,
blood.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Girls do poop.
Yes, and it was so bad. And so like even when I went under for there, I prayed. Like I was like, if I die through this, because some people don't wake up from anesthesia. So like, or like they.
Have you ever been under anesthesia?
Mm-hmm. I did for my wisdom teeth. I prayed with my wisdom teeth. I prayed with that, and like even when I fainted, that's like something like I was just like it's like a very like. I know that God's gonna have me no matter what. Mm-hmm. Like even like conscious, unconscious. Like I always pray like my grandma taught me a prayer. It was like as I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Have you heard this?
Yes.
And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. So even when I go to bed, I say it because like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, that's so like, cute.
Every time I go to sleep, like I not joking. Also, that night made me realize I'm like if this is such a weird revelation to say. But I honestly, like, I told my mom, I was like, when I fainted, I thought I died. And I never, like, I blacked out. Like, I don't remember anything. And then I wake up and I was like, my life could have, like, ended right there. You know, like, I just thought about that. Like, it gave me a revelation. I was like, I'm okay. I've never felt like that. Like, I'm like, God has me, if that makes sense. Like, I was like, I'm happy in my family. Like, I pray, like, I love them. I have, like, nothing, like, if that makes sense, like
if you were to go to heaven,
I would be okay. And I was like the weirdest like revelation I've had because if you ask my parents, I would always be like, Mom, I'm so scared to die in a tsunami. Like I'm scared to die. Like that was my thing. Like I always tell my mom because we go to Seaside every year, so I always think there's a tsunami. I don't know. I always think that something bad's gonna happen. But
do you just have like overly intense emotions about certain things?
Yes.
Like. Because that's how I was when I was younger. Like, when my stepmom would leave us in the car, mm-hmm. I would get so worried that someone was going to come in. I'd freak out. Mm-hmm. Even when the doors were locked. I felt like I couldn't get out.
Yes. I feel like it's like...
That's the first time I never thought anxiety was real.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm looking back, I'm like, I literally was having a full-blown panic attack when I was in the car.
Yes, and, like, I noticed, like, when I was younger in situations to now, like, I was, like, scared about certain things. Like,
oh, yeah.
And I just was like, oh, I just passed out. I was just being a scaredy cat. But I did have anxiety back then. Now it's, like, I'm anxious, and I know when I do, and I'm able to not cope with it, but, like, I'm just, like, I know how to, like, be, like, I understand these emotions, but I'm okay. Like, I'm able to, like, kind of push them aside. But panic...
Or just to pray, like, in that moment. I feel like that helps me a lot.
It gives you so much clarity. And I notice when I freak out, it's me not trusting God. Mm-hmm. And that's where I'm like, that's something that I do trust him. And I need to not prove to myself, but I need to kind of prove to myself. Prove to myself that I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I, like... prove to my mind that what I'm doing is okay in my spirit. Like, I always thought, like I said, I don't like not knowing. So, like, when I would be like, even though I'd be like, I'm anxious right now, I'd be like, okay, well, if I let it go to God, what if it's still not working? And, like, I know.
Like, you would second guess.
Yes, and so now that I'm just like, oh, I'm anxious right now. I'm really nervous, but it's okay. It'll pass. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more able to, like...
I love being uncomfortable now. Mm-hmm. Like, if you were to ask me a year ago if I would ever be on stage being on a mm-hmm. worship team, I'm like, heck no. Mm-hmm. Or just being, like, I don't know, doing certain things that make you uncomfortable let you grow.
Yes.
For sure. And that's what I've learned a lot this year. I was like, I'm doing so many things that I would have never done last year. But I'm so glad I'm doing them now, because if I never even tried, I would be stuck. It just leaves you in the same spot if you don't get uncomfortable.
I think being uncomfortable is amazing.
I know.
I hate being uncomfortable, but I think
I love it. I actually do. Because, like, I was nervous coming here. I'm like, why? I'm like, what? I want to share this with everyone.
Yes.
Because I feel like I really don't talk to... I mean, I've never done this before, but...
No. Guys, listen, yes, I did a whole entire season by myself, but do you understand? It's just me and the camera and the microphone. Easiest thing. But, like, having people on, also, it makes me nervous. Like, anytime somebody comes on, I get nervous.
I know.
Because I'm like, what if they think this is weird, or what if they don't like it, or something like this? Like, I'm glad I started with my cousin, because I was like, he could be like, this doesn't work, and I'll be like, okay. But like, and then when it like went to like Emma and then Diego and then with you, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like for real. Like, I need to do it. And I notice I talk a lot. That's one thing, guys. If you notice, I notice in podcasts where the host talks over the person. If that happens, please tell me in the comments and I'll try to do it. That's why I told Marissa, I'm like, if I'm talking too much, tell me to shut up.
I love hearing, or I love listening.
Thanks.
Yes.
I like hearing you too, if I let you talk and I don't talk so much.
Good.
No, but yeah, that's what I was saying. I feel like being uncomfortable is a good thing. If I didn't push myself to do uncomfortable situations, I wouldn't be here. Like,
oh, no.
No. I look at college, like, if I let my anxiety take over me doing college, I would have never finished. And I also got on the dean's list too, which was so crazy.
Hey! All glory to God.
Yes. And I like look at stuff like that. Or if I didn't say yes to opportunities or just like push myself to do things, I would have.
What's something that you did that was uncomfortable this year? That you were just like, oh, I would have never done this before.
I think when I got onto the Monsters thing, so there's a hip hop competition and convention called Monsters, and we go every year, and so it's like we learn from like the best of the best.
Yeah.
And I just pushed myself to put myself in the front and try really hard, because usually when I would go,
I saw that video.
Yes, and usually when I go, I'm like, okay, like they're watching you, you know, like they're like watching you and seeing you. And this is the first time we've had different people at comp, except one at the convention, just one person that I've learned and got taught from before. Yeah. The first person that I saw was Ian Eastwood. He, in the dance community, guys, he's huge. Like, I grew up watching him, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. Like, I've known him, like, he's like up there, like, as one of the, like, the people I've grown up watching. So, like, getting taught by him was insane. And I was like, you know what? I don't care what people think of me, but I'm going to push myself to go up in the front and try my best. And he was like staring at me. I had other people staring at me. I
love that.
I pushed myself to be in the front with the alumni and the people that are auditioning to be on the team. Like, and these people are like,
really good.
Really good. And they're dancing like right here next to me. And I'm like this. I'm going to be
You're
completely
like
honest.
outdoing them?
Yeah. I'm like this. They're good. And they're younger than me. Some of them are younger. And
dang.
So, like, some of them are like 18, 19. And the rest, there was like a couple that were like 20, like my age, but like 21, 22. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. And I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like the feeling, but I was like, I need to stay here. All of a sudden, I'm dancing. And he goes, lucky number 7, get up here. And I'm like, oh shoot. And you guys don't understand my blood. I literally, I was like, God.
Were you shaking?
Oh girl, yes. I was like, I could barely talk a normal sentence. I was like, me? And he's like, yeah, come up here. And I was like, no way. And I went up there and I felt so uncomfortable being with like all these like amazing dancers. It kind of gives you imposter syndrome. Like, am I supposed to be here? Mm-hmm. And I was like, even though I'm uncomfortable, I'm going to continuously dance my hardest. And I just kept going. And then the next day he teaches the class again and he picks me to go up again. And
that's awesome.
I
love that.
And I was so proud of myself because it like, if I just let my everything, anxiousness, I was anxious to go. I didn't care. I was like this, God, this is your moment. Because I prayed to him the night before. I was like, God, give me an opportunity if you really think dance is for me. Look at what happened.
God really hears you.
And I literally go, when that happened and I'm walking up the stage, I'm like, oh my gosh, I prayed about this. I was like, I didn't think he was going to do this. I thought like I would, because they used to just see you with your number and then they would pick you and then they would be like, here's your scholarship. They wouldn't like have you go on stage or do anything like that.
So what did you do? You just danced?
Yeah, so we learned a routine And then once we learn it, we do it in groups. Like they put us in groups, and then he picks you, and then you go on stage and you do it. So like people.
Did you do it by yourself?
No, thank goodness. There was 4. I did it with 4 people.
Oh, but still
in a smaller group, and
that's
they watched
awesome.
The whole class watched, and there's like 200 people in there. I was like this.
You were the lucky number 7.
I was lucky number 7 in my jersey, but I was so scared, and I can't believe I got picked again. But I pushed myself into that being uncomfortable, and I honestly, that's helped me so much. Like being in being in rooms where you feel like you don't belong, I feel like makes you into a better person. And I obviously like felt like when I taught my hip hop class yesterday, I had all the kids that I've already taught. But, like, being in there, I'm like, they're taking my class. This is weird. Like, I felt like this is not happening. I was dancing with them just, like, a couple years ago. It felt, like, very, like, I'm supposed to be here, but I'm not supposed to be here at the same time. I was like, you know what? I'm supposed to be here, even if it makes me uncomfortable. Even though I kept messing up the timing. I kept messing up the timing of the song. I'm like, guys, I forget the lyrics. I have to go back. But
I want to take a dance class.
You should take one of my dance classes.
I would love to.
Yes.
I'm not even kidding. I wish I had done dance full time. I love soccer. It really kept me in shape, but I love dance.
It's so much fun. Teaching it, I love teaching dance.
You love teaching it more than doing dance?
Yeah. I love dancing. I love dancing. Don't get me wrong.
Well, you are dancing while you're teaching it, but it's like, how long does it take to learn a choreography? Oh, my dad is.
Do you need an answer?
No.
Okay. I do choreo, and I do it like a couple nights. It takes me a couple hours to do, and then I teach it. But the thing is like,
do you like take inspiration from different people, or?
Yeah, I think I've always been the person to like learn from people and want to learn from people. I think that's I think I love constructive criticism. That's like the thing I thrive on, because I feel like you could always. I feel like you're never. I feel like I'm never. Not never satisfied, but I'll always want more
or better,
like better in a good way. Like, for example, faith. I'm like this. I always can have stronger faith. Like it could always go bigger, or like I could always be a better dancer. I feel like God gives us. There's like no limit. Like even like I go like if I fall down and I can't walk again, I could still go out and dance. Like I could do stuff and like like I feel like He gives us so many opportunities to like do things, and I think. With that, I'm just like, I always want to push. So even though I'm a dance teacher, I always want my choreography I keep wanting to learn. And I love being a student. Like, even if I'm a teacher, I want to still learn.
That's me. I love, because it's like, I'm not better than you because I'm a leader at church.
Yeah.
But I'm right there with you. You'll, like, there's certain things that the kids say to me. And I'm like, you're helping me grow, or you're praying for me.
Yes.
And I love that. I love that I'm just like, we're all equal.
Yes.
You know?
Equal.
Just I have a higher standard, you know, like when you're a leader.
Yes.
But
I love it. I think being a teacher is a good thing too, because I feel like you're a leader and you get to learn from
like
the
a teacher.
Kids. Yes.
And your students.
Yes. And it's so much fun. And even though I really want to go back to school for dance. That's like always been my dream. I got into a really good school. I'm planning, and I'm going to work hard to get there. I really want to go. It's in Boston. I'm like
keep praying for it.
I'll keep praying for it. But like if I get the opportunity to be a student again full time and not teach, I'll love it. If I get to keep teaching, I'll love it too. And so like it just I'm kind of just like it's in God's hands. Like whatever happens. But that's something I was uncomfortable with. What was uncomfortable for you?
A lot of things. I feel like definitely worship was one of them. Going on stage and sharing my story too. Even like, because I did it in front of like everyone at church, and it was very nerve-wracking, but it felt good. Like I felt like I was so nervous going up to it. Also, I shared my testimony too for the youth, but I'm like, I wrote out this whole thing, and you know what? God literally spoke through me the whole time. I literally didn't remember anything I wrote.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know, God will use you when you ask him to.
Yes.
So I thought that was so cool, like just knowing that we have a plan, but God's plan is always going to prevail.
Oh, yes.
And it's crazy, and I love that. I love like just knowing God was with me in that moment. Or just every moment. Like God's always with you. He will use you if you ask him.
I love that.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before too, like when you plan something and then you're just like,
You're
okay.
like, God's gonna speak through
Yes.
you.
I thought that was cool. Like I did a Bible study with my sister on the day we did Easter, like Easter Sunday. And we were sitting there and we were just talking and it was so weird because I like had a plan of like how our Bible study was gonna go, like because she's a teen and she's still learning and I feel like they kind of not structure but like kind of help them start to like kind of
Understand better.
understand. And so I was there with her doing it and then she just asked me a question and it was so cool because I was just like talking and saying verses and I was like I didn't even know I remember that, like you know, it's like so weird. It's just like
Even when I'm praying for people, I'm like, God will speak something to me, and I'm like, that wasn't me. I don't remember versus what it was, you know?
we said you know what this oh sorry, I do that sometimes. I like attentive, I like listen and I like talk with you while you're talking.
I love that.
It's
It's
weird.
okay, me too.
But no, I think that's great. No, sometimes when I pray too, I'm just like ramble, not like rambling, but like I'm just like talking, and it's like weird because I like sometimes I'm like
What am I talking about?
yeah, and I'm like, but like it makes sense, and like I hear myself, I'm just like, is this right? Like I don't.
That's how I
know.
feel.
I'm like, am I saying the right thing? You're never supposed to. Praying's praying.
Yes.
Sometimes, one time I was praying and I started singing my prayer because I was like, yeah, God, please. And my
Why do I'm gonna make you go on worship team.
they're gonna be like,
No, they'd love you. They'd
Yay!
eat you up.
they'll be
They'd
like,
eat
yeah,
you up.
Kayla,
Sing a song right now. Do it.
Oh,
A worship song.
who? Oh my gosh! Before I do that, I have a TikTok idea for us to promote the. Have you heard the song GOD Heaven Sent?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I did a dance to it on TikTok, and I was like, I need to do it.
Wait, like a full-on dance?
Like,
Because I'll learn it.
I was just freestyling. I'll show
Okay.
you it.
Okay.
I wish. Oh my gosh! If you guys had a little like during youth group, and they wanted to
Ken
learn
did that song. I'm pretty sure. Let me ask him. Because his intros to youth group are fire. They actually are.
if you're like, hey Kayla, the kids want to learn a worship dance, I will go in and teach them a hip hop routine to worship songs. I saw a group do that for a church.
What?
They had like a part of their worship team, they had a dance group.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. That would literally bring the vibes. What's that song called?
God, I think it's God did. I forget who sings it. I don't know. I forget what the
Oh, like, show me the video you made with
GOD
song.
I
I actually have to pee so bad. I'm gonna go pee.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
go
fine?
pee. Yeah.
Wait, but what time when does you have to pause that?
30.
Oh,
9.
39. Okay, I'll be fast.
Okay. While we do this, I will teach you guys some. While we do this, I'm going to teach you guys something I learned in sign language from. I think this is right. Okay. So this is Jesus. Jesus is what is it? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I think something like that, or I forget. In Jesus' name, amen. If I'm doing that wrong, please. I try to learn it in sign language, and I didn't mess up. But how are you guys liking the episode, guys? I'm really sorry if I'm talking over her. I just get so excited to talk to her because her faith is so strong. And honestly, like I love Marissa, and like I've known her for actually a pretty long time, like since junior high, and I'm like 4 years out of high school, so we've known each other for a while. And we've had sleepovers and hung out and stuff like that. And I think it's so cool, like, for her to turn into this, like, woman of God. And it's so amazing to see because it's just beautiful, especially to see a woman go through so much and, like, work through so much and, like, become just such a bright light. It's amazing. So I'm really glad I had her on. It makes me happy. Guys, sorry if you see me looking over there. I'm looking at the other camera. But, oh my goodness. I love having people on and just sharing the light of God. And I like having different perspectives too. I think it's very beautiful and very kind. And it shows that everybody's journey is different. But like everybody's journey could lead to God in so many different ways. Like my journey is different from hers. But yes, she's coming back. So that's fine. Hey, I was talking about you.
You were talking about me?
Yeah, it was good though. Good words. Okay.
One more question?
Yes. Leading a small group for high school girls is such a powerful role. How do you create a safe and open space for them to grow in their faith?
I think, well, I have a younger sister, so I just treat them like they're my sisters.
Yes.
I'm like, please be open with me. Whatever you're going through, I bet you 5 of other girls have gone through the same thing. So it's really important to make sure that they don't feel like they're being attacked. Like, this is what the Bible says. This is what you should be doing. It's like, no, come at them with love. Give them patience because it's like we're all living for the first time.
Yes.
No one's perfect. Everyone sins. And I'm not, like, just knowing how to grow from that.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're so young. And, like, I feel like these girls now are growing up so fast. And I'm like, you don't need to be Snapchatting all these boys. You don't need to be looking for a relationship every week. That's a lot what I see in high school girls. It's because it's like, I feel like society creates, I mean, you want to fit in.
Yes.
That's what we've, like, craved. I mean, I craved that in high school. I wanted to fit in. We wanted all the nice things. We wanted to, I mean, we all looked the same. We all wanted the same things, you know? And it's so cool to see someone, like, I have a couple girls in my high school small group, and I'm like, you are all in for Jesus, and I love to see it. Like, they help me. I'm like, I love to see that. Because when I was in high school, it wasn't like that.
No.
So it's so cool to actually be in that environment, to be around everyone and seeing how different they are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, God calls us to be different, and to see that they're actually doing that, and for it to be called weird or whatever it is, and just to see how strong her faith is, it's like, it makes me so happy. And I love, like, because we do, like, Bible studies, we'll do, like, movement type of things, and, like, we had one at my house, and just, like, seeing these girls be vulnerable about struggles that they go through, it, like, breaks my heart. But it's like, God's gonna break these generational curses that had nothing to do with them, that was already in their past, but seeing God work through them to break those things, it's like the most rewarding thing as a leader. And to just, like, love them where they're at. That's what, if you, like, I don't know, if you ever go into leadership, like, you have to love people where they're at, regardless of, I mean, if they keep making the same mistake over, that's when you draw the line.
Yes.
Or just, like, come at them and be like, okay, well, do this, you have to do it this way, that's according to what the word says.
Yeah.
But
that's amazing though. Like,
yeah, I love them like they're my sisters, and I'm gonna talk to them like they're my sisters, good and bad.
You're like, girl, you don't need to be doing
I'm
that
like,
right now.
Be nice to your mom, because I love her.
Don't be rude.
Yeah.
Me and my mom always, when Lexi's like giving us a hard time, you need to obey your mother and father, and you need to be nice to your neighbors and people. You need to be kind. She's like, I am. I'm like, girl, that attitude says different. It's like, okay. Like, and I'm like, I think that's awesome. I feel like having, like, you're teaching the next generation. I think that's something, like, and leading them and, like, showing them by good example. Look, if they learn that at a young age, how is that going to be when they're older? You know?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
That's what I wish I had. I wish I knew, like, what God could do.
Yes.
Then I would be so much, built up and, already know the way.
I look at things like because Young Life was huge when we were younger, and I was like, I'm like, if I had the same faith that I did now than I did then, like, how would I be? And then I would be like, oh, I wish I didn't. Like, I would get down on myself sometimes, and then I would be like, you know what? I'm glad where I'm at, because maybe this is
that was your plan.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of the time we focus on what other people have, and we're
Comparing.
like, oh, I want that. But that's not God's plan for you. God's made your way exactly the way it's supposed to be. And I remember this girl, when I was at the junior high, she'd be like, can I pray for you? And everyone would look at her and be like,
girl,
you're weird. Like, what do you...
remember stuff.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
What's her name?
I don't know her name, but she was a blonde girl.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Dude, she would... And everyone would be like... I don't know. I want to talk to her and apologize.
Didn't she have green eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she just would always spread God's word. And I'm like, I mean, at the time I didn't know, so I was like, everyone thought she was weird, so I was like, oh, she's weird.
Yes.
But I'm like, she literally was God's vessel.
Yes.
God was using her in that time to, like, who knows who got affected by that.
Oh, yeah.
But I still remember that. So I did. And it's just, like, crazy to look back and it's just, like, you know, I should have just listened, you know? Because she knew what she was doing at a young age. Yes. That girl was telling everyone about Jesus.
Hey everyone, it is Future Kayla. I'm here with you today to just talk for a second. Couple things. One, this is me editing the video currently right now, and I realized the whole entire clip of me and Marissa talking at this point is literally like, you cannot hear me. I'm talking to her, you could hear all of what she's saying to me, but I twisted my mic around so you could not hear me. Big rookie podcaster mistake. I know, it's on me, but guess what we're going to talk about right now. So, to get on the point of what I am saying, I almost just totally blanked. The whole entire conversation at this point was about me and Marissa talking about, she asked me a question about me and my sacraments and going through the Catholic Church, and I told her which ones I did. And I was telling her about the only thing that I do not have done is because me being a little brat in high school, I was so worried about everyone else. I wasn't worried about myself, and I didn't finish confirmation. So I was talking to her about it, and we were talking about what would happen later on and stuff like that with confirmation, but that's kind of the gist of it. And yeah, and you'll hear me just talk about how I'll go through confirmation when I'm ready to get married and when that will happen, because Miss Girl does not have a man. And we were just laughing because I was like, girl, I need to get a boyfriend first before we even think about this. It's in God's plan, though. We'll get there one day. Future, we'll get there one day. I will have a good man. Hope and pray. Hope and pray. That's what we're going to do, guys. Pray over my future boyfriend, husband, future boyfriend to husband. Okay, that's what I want us to pray for. Okay, I'm gonna stop cringing myself out and let's jump back into the video. Then I was like, I'll just do it when I get older, because at that time I was just like, because you could still do adult confirmation and it's not as,
and that's so you can get married in the church, right?
Yeah. Okay, listen, wedding wise,
it would be beautiful.
I would love to get married through the church, but I also am like, oh my gosh, I would love to be on a pretty beach or like pretty like green.
You can have like the pastor come there, right? Or the priest.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do, honestly. Let me get a man first, and then we can figure it out.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's worries.
My mom.
We're gonna find her a man today.
I told my mom. I was like,
a Christian man.
Yes, I need a man of God.
Yes,
I cannot be doing these. Marissa, I had this guy. He's no hate, no shade. Love people. Okay,
the real tea's coming out.
He goes, what did he say? He was like, I could be that man of God or something for you. He goes, let's do a Bible study together. And I was like, okay. And then
you guys plan it, he doesn't show up.
No, but I was like this, okay. And he goes, I said something and I was like, what's your favorite verse? And he goes, what did he say? He said,
thou shalt not steal.
What was it? I think it's Genesis.
He's like, honor your father
and mother. I was like, I think those are the commandments. I was like, same thing.
He's like,
no, what did he say? He was like,
he doesn't even know.
What was it? How does it say?
Did you actually know one?
He said it, and I was like, I looked up Bible verses, and this Bible verse was the first thing that popped up on Google most searches. So I was like, did he just like do this? So I didn't. I asked God for discernment. Is that what it's called? Discernment?
Discernment.
Yes. Why am I not thinking right now?
You're nervous.
Yes, I'm nervous. God said, let there be light, and there was light. He first, one of the first sentences in Genesis. I was like this.
Wait, what? Is this a Christian Bible?
This
Or
is
a Catholic, I mean?
Catholic Bible, but I am not joking. This is like T for T, like almost.
I know, that's what I'm saying, because I just read through Genesis again.
Mm-hmm. You can read it. It's like almost the same. I want to get Psalm. What Psalm? So I have a cross on me, and I want to get Psalm written on it, but I don't know.
I
what Psalm
love
yet.
that. Who did that?
What's his name? The Rebels tattoo. I felt nervous because then I started getting like in my head, and I was like,
I didn't get one after I was supposed to. I was like, no, today it's not the time.
I got scared because I was watching somebody say like, obviously people have different opinions in the community about tattoos and stuff like that. I feel like it's kind of dependent of where.
Well,
but
it's also like the mark of the beast is
Yes.
what they say. But it's like, if you have conviction about it, don't do it.
yes,
But if
this
you
one
don't-
I had conviction
you did?
because I felt like it was out of the blue, not really like kind of just dumb hype college mistake. Like
Who did you go with that?
Jaden.
Okay.
Jaden didn't peer pressure me or anything, but like I was just like, oh yeah, I'll get one. It's my first tattoo, yeah, like sure. And then I got it to honor my grandma, and honestly now I'm just like, okay, yeah. And then my mom, I heard something, they're like, if you ever get a tattoo, don't do it to honor dead people. And I was like this. And then I started getting all crazy, and
Wait, why?
I don't know. I heard somebody say that, and it scared me.
I'm like,
And
is that biblical though?
no, probably not. That's why.
That's fine.
But then I saw Bryce talk about tattoos.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he has tattoos. And then
Yeah.
he talked about it. And I
A
was
lot of people that follow God have tattoos.
like, I am not joking. When I'm nervous, I go like this, and I like rub it.
And you
I
feel
like,
better?
I feel better.
I
Also,
love that.
I sleep with Jesus. Okay, yes.
Jesus.
From TikTok shop.
I have the baby Jesus. Have you seen those little ones?
Yes, I think I have. Where is he?
Where is he?
I put him somewhere. I don't know where he's at. But anyways, what I was saying, what were we talking about? Thank you guys so much. Guys, if a guy is mean and not mean, but if a guy sends you,
Memes.
God said, let there be light as a Bible verse, and
Just
that's
don't look at that.
I looked it up on Google, okay? It's not. And tattoos, yes, I love this tattoo. I got this with a meaning. I wanted to get it.
Oh, you don't like girls who are tatted? Take her off the roster, baby. Bye.
Yeah, so I'll get one. Never mind. I was gonna say something. No, but guys, thank you for listening to my podcast.
This was so fun.
I had fun with you, girl.
Am I your favorite guest so
Yes.
far?
Yes.
Don't say that. You're gonna cut it out.
Guys, Marissa is one of my favorite guests so far, and I love her being on here. And
This was the best day ever.
yes, if you guys need other stuff and you want to hear other stuff, please let me know, and then I'll let you know because Marissa wants
Guys,
me to
we
bring.
can do a part 2 if you want to.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because I was honestly kind of losing it at the end.
Oh,
I was like,
we're just,
uh,
guys, we're chatting it up. No, but what was I gonna say? If you guys want Marissa back on, please let me know because I would love to have her on again. We'll see if what she drags me to because she told me I need to be uncomfortable, so I need.
maybe
to be
we'll do a vlog.
I'll be like, how would people feel if I'm like, they're like, hey guys, I'm bringing my friend Kayla to youth group today.
They would love
Me,
you.
they're like, she's vlogging the whole thing.
Oh, yes.
I'd be like,
You should. I would love that. We're gonna make Kayla do that, okay, guys? So if you see a video
I'm so
coming out,
scared. No, but I was telling my mom, I told her I told her this because Jaden came home and I was so excited because she's home to hang out for a little.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was telling her, I was like, Mom, I feel so lonely. I was telling her, I was like, I don't have a community at church. Like, I have my mom and stuff, but like, I'm like, I don't have a community at church. I am kind of alone in my faith journey, which could be hard sometimes. I'm always working and my friends are all doing all different things. So I'm like,
if something's pulling you away from God, sorry, you gotta make more time for God. If you're giving more time to something else,
oh yeah, no, I need to.
yes,
But
I'm gonna make you come.
I just told my mom, I just felt like I felt close to God. I still always do. I was like praying to God. I was like, God, please give me like people who are like, help me get closer in a way to like more people and like feel more connected. Because sometimes, obviously, your faith journey is everybody's own, but sometimes there's a lot of lonely seasons and it can be tough.
yeah.
and I was in that for a little bit.
Not anymore.
But not anymore.
I'm taking her to young adults. So I'm actually making you come.
Okay.
Are you free Sundays?
I think so, yes.
It's a date.
I just have to tell you what days I do boot camp.
Sorry, that's not happening, baby.
I'll be
not
like, guys,
this summer.
I was like, you guys are
Sorry, it's canceled.
I'm like, sorry, you guys are not going to perform at competition.
No.
I'm kidding. No, but yes, I'm free on Sundays, so we can
Okay, we're doing it.
Yes.
I'm being so for real.
Guys, I get so nervous going to new things.
Oh,
Literally,
you'll
when she
love
took
it.
me last time, I was literally sweating when I walked in. I was like, is it showing on my forehead?
Ken's the or the young adults pastor.
Really?
Yes.
Slay.
So you're coming. He loves you.
We're going to go party it up in young
Worship.
adults. I'll be like,
Okay, we're gonna go make that TikTok.
yes. Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Peace. Bye. Okay, listen. Me and Marissa have some funny TikToks and videos. I was going to put them right here, okay? You will get some cute pictures. If you're watching the YouTube video, you can see. If this is you guys on Spotify, you're just going to get the outro video after this. So you guys could just stop watching right now. Thank you guys for watching the video. And I hope you guys are here next Monday to hear some great, amazing podcast content. And I will see you guys next time. But for everybody watching here on YouTube, yes, we have some videos. Yes, we are different from the women that we are now. And for the sake of that, and putting these videos out there of us doing TikTok dances, I'm just going to keep them to me and Marissa's eyes, because I watched them and I was like, I don't think we both want this on this podcast. Nothing bad. It's just, I don't want my cringy TikTok dances to come up again. And honestly, gotta be completely honest, our dancing skills, like together, we were in sync. We were eating it up. But it's not the 2025 trends. This was like 2018, 2019. So we're going to keep it in 2018, 2019, okay? But enjoy these cute pictures, and I'll see you guys next Monday.